Hi there folks, welcome to Dunsi's Guitar World 2. Incredible excitement at Dunsi headquarters this week. Heavy Metal Sunday is back. So as ever you get to watch an old heavy metal guy, me, reading through an old heavy metal magazine, in this case Kerrang number 27. I'm not drinking coffee today, I've had a couple of coffees already. I don't want to get too excited. Now I will try and do this whole thing in one take. We'll see how that goes with minimal editing. I will scan some of the stuff in so you can pause and read it at your leisure. So here we are, Kerrang issue 27, October the 21st to November the 5th, or November the 3rd, 1982. And on the cover we have, I will scan this in for you, we have Barnrojo, Bull Ring Blitz. AEROSMITH, quite hard to read because of the red on that. AEROSMITH, John Cougar, Genesis, Hawkwind, John Sykes, Neil Young, Cockney Rejects, Billy Squire, Rush, GEDDES, Sweet and Rocks, and a Lee Aaron centre spread. I don't know if I'm allowed to show a centre spread on a Sunday now. My camera will constantly go out of focus, but we'll get through this difficult time. So here we are. The official heavy metal charts specially compiled for Kerrang from a nationwide survey of 50 specialist shops. Who's number one in the singles? Oh bloody, it's still Robert Plant. It's been going on for years. Burning Down One Side. Maybe that wasn't in last week's one, but Eye of the Tiger, that was death. That's been in the last 20 episodes. In the Heat of the Night, Diamond Head, Something Good at Last. That's a great tune, In the Heat of the Night. A Picture of Raven, Crash Bang Wallop. Albums number one, Magic by Gillan. Signals, Rush is number 2, and Under the Blade by Twisted Sister is number 3. Imports, Hughes Thrall, Rock in a Hard Place by AEROSMITH. The local chart, don't much about that. I'll scan all that in for you. Then there's a massive big advert for Budgie's Deliver Us from Evil, the new album, and all of the tour dates. There, I will scan that in so you can look at that. The problem I have is when I hold the magazine up, it's quite bright outside, and my camera focuses on that and doesn't focus on me. Arguably that could be a good thing. And here we have the Barn. Very hairy chaps, the Barn. Barnrojo, a great band though, great band. Question, who played keyboards on the album that was recorded in London? Maybe they recorded more than one album in London. Colin Towns, that's correct. Samson, new single, Life on the Run and Driving with ZZ. When I first saw the name ZZ Top, like most British people, I probably thought it was called ZZ Top. Rock and roll's not supposed to mean anything, says John Cougar. Handsome chap, John Cougar. Likes his cigarettes, or liked his cigarettes. I think he's like a 2-pack a day man, John Cougar. I like John Cougar, he's got some great tunes. What was the album? Scarecrow. Just one of the greatest albums ever. Scarecrow, it really is. It's just every song on it. ROCK in the USA, Rumble Seek, stuff like that. It's just Small Town. Oh man. Brilliant. Sorry, what have we got here? Mayhem. What mayhem is going on this week? There appears to be a grown man dressed as a flower. That will be Peter Gabriel, I expect. Genesis, Milton Keynes. Who have we got? Oh, Saxon competition. Somebody's won Graham Oliver's amp. Somebody's won Graham Oliver's Marshall amplifier. I wish that had been me. I can't remember what the question was. And then we have Marillion. I was watching, I've been watching the young ones all again, man. The young ones, Marillion. Sorry. If you're not from the UK, you won't get that reference. Those renegade metal maniacs, Pete Way and Eddie Clark, are currently hard at work in the studio preparing work for their debut vinyl Onslaught. Not surprisingly, the music is said to be of a heavy nature, and apparently the dynamic duo are being aided by humble pie skin beater Jerry Shirley, and of course Pete left before any recordings were put out. I'll scan all this in for you folks so you can read it. David Coverdale's Whitesnake have emerged from the wilderness and announced a 16-date 9-venue tour of the UK through December. Who else is touring? Black Rose, great band. Soldier. And the Mamas Boys are there as well. So Cuts. Who's been reviewed in this week's Cuts? What albums are in there? MSG Assault Attack with Graham Bonnet. It's a good album, that, actually. Dancer. Good sort of melodic tune, Dancer. Some great tune. Rock You to the Ground, is that on there? And the Desert Song, that's the riff on that. That's almost like a Scorpions riff, Desert Song. Gary Moore, Corridors of Power. I bought that album. Did I see him on that tour? I don't think so. I'll maybe do a sort of video about Gary Moore. Like, he is one of these people who I think is a brilliant guitar player, incredible guitar player. But I'm not the biggest fan of the music, and you know, I did buy that at the time. I'll maybe do a video of that. Let me know in the comments. If you're a guitar player, do you hear people playing guitar and you think, you know, they are a phenomenal guitar player, but then that was my cat. But then you think, I'm not the biggest fan of the songs. I don't know. Don't want to get myself in trouble. I would just, I don't know why my camera keeps focusing there. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but you know, I like being honest. Anyway, moving on. Santana, Tank, Power of the Hunter. Not as good as the first album. Vandenberg. That was a good album. What was the big Burning Heart? That was a big sort of ballad. They supported MSG, actually. Maybe that's why it's there with the Assault Attack review. Malcolm Dome. Yes, so that's page 1 of Cuts. We move on to page 2. Dire Straits. I am not a fan of Dire Straits. Again, an incredible guitar player, but oh my goodness, the music. Heaven. Australian band, Heaven. Very ACDC like. Sammy Hagar, The Very Best. That's a great album. I've told that story before. That was the first Sammy Hagar album I got because I bought 3 copies of Diamond Head's what was it, Canterbury, and they all skipped, and I eventually just traded it, swapped it. John Menzies in Bathgate for Sammy Hagar, The Very Best. Wishbone Ash, Twin Barrels Burning. I don't have much Wishbone Ash. Got a few albums, but I've seen them live a few times as well. The Runaways, Best of the Runaways. Mike Rutherford, just in case you thought it couldn't get any worse than Genesis, Mike Rutherford releases a solo album now. It's just my opinion, folks, you know, don't give me hate in the comments here. I'm done ready. Soldier. There's somebody called Paul Sujinski or something like that. I just made that up. sorry about that. Cheryl E, great tune. And then we have Wells Fargo. To see a musician clad in one of the lamentable Moors t-shirts is not an encouraging start. A bit cheeky there. Guitarist looks like Kelly Johnson. And Sabre. That's a very, very poor photograph of Sabre. But I will scan those in for you so you can read them at your leisure. Gillan, Long Gone. On all the dates on their tour. Did they play October in Edinburgh? Can't remember. Sunday 7th of November with Spider supporting, I believe. AEROSMITH back with a splash. We still, somebody all over the opposition says, Stephen Tyler. Let me scan that in for you. There's a page, could be a page missing here. Luckily I have two of these. So that's page 18. Hope it's not a centre spread that I pulled out. Centre spread that I pulled off. Oh, for some reason, and you know, I don't know why, it's a picture of Steven Tyler peeing that appears to be missing from one of these. I can't imagine why would they take it out. Maybe my mum and dad found it and took it out because it was rude. Oh, that's why you said he's peed all over the opposition. We have a Barnrojo, 2 LPs for the price of 1. That was where I got them actually. I got that
Volume and brutal and larga vida al rock and roll, as I say in my best Spanish. Contact. I don't want to contact any of these people. Ah, classic cuts. The Sweet. She's a hellraiser. This is falling out as well. What have we got here? Rocks. Get those handsome men out of rocks. Could you wear that stuff these days? You could do. I mean, you wear anything you want. But GEDDES sacks. I mean, rocks were good. The GEDDES sacks were brilliant, actually. Geddy Lee. Touring Britain is a real grind. We have AEROSMITH Rock in a Hard Place advert. I'll hold this back over here. This is indeed a Canadian singer, scantily dressed. I mean, it's not Geddy Lee, but it's Lee Aaron. She's wearing clothes, so you know, don't complain to YouTube about this. On Neil Young with his short hair. That was when he went through a sort of funny phase, and the albums are a little bit strange. Was he not fulfilling a sort of a contract? Look away now if you don't like Genesis. I just joke, you know, I don't hate Genesis, but prog rock to me, I maybe do a video about this as well. I mean, prog rock to me, it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. It's just, there's too much stuff going on. You know, when it's on in the background, it's like I can't relax because I'm constantly going, what's happening, what's happening? So yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Some of it's really good, but I don't know when I would listen to it because I don't find it relaxing. Again, you know, don't hate me. This is just my opinion. The Wild Ones are a great album by the Cockner Rejects. I see they've got an entirely new lineup, and the only original is the singer, Stinky Turner. But that album was really good. It was very UFO influenced. I think when you look at the album, they were using UFO's gear as well. They seem to be using Paul Chapman's guitars and amps and stuff like that. Communication singles. Oh, this must be letters now. The letters has changed to focus. Letters has changed to communication. I'll just read a quick one of these out. Just a quick one, a short one. Dear Jim. Sorry about that. Please, do I want to continue with this? Well, I will do, because it's, you know, historical context. Please fix it for me to shoot Graham Bonnet with an M16 automatic. Since he joined MSG, the group has gone downhill. The new single is a load of rubbish. And if Schenker doesn't look out, he will be known as the Michael Wanker Group. Clever stuff. You know, I hope people don't find that offensive. I'm just reading something out of an old magazine. Singles reviewed by Steve Gett. John Sykes, Please Don't Leave Me. A ballad, I think that was. God, it's all about Genesis. Phil Collins, Robert Plant, Survivor, American Heartbeat, Frank Stallone, Gary Moore, Always Gonna Love You, Raven, Crash Bang. Well, I mean, to be honest, so far that is a single of the week for me. It's a great tune, that. What's on the B-side? A song dedicated to Italian drivers, and maybe Mark sings Run Them Down or something like that. Dumpy's Rusty Bolts. Then they were called Dumpy's Rusty Nuts. Samson, Life on the Run, good tune that, actually. It's getting better as we go on. Mama's Boys, In the Heat of the Night. Oh no, that's classical. In the Heat of the Night. Limelight. Ashes to Ashes. A band who looked like Rush, but didn't sound overly like Rush, but a good band nonetheless. Pen Pals. I keep saying this, but it's crazy when you look at this, how Kerrang was like an international pulling people together, international bastion of heavy metal. People from New Jersey, Ontario, Eindhoven in Holland, Japan, Louisiana, Concord, California. I don't know if there's anybody from the UK. Oh, somebody from East Grinstead. Big advert for the MSG tour. MSG tour. Oh, John Sykes. Get his beautiful hair. Great guitar player, John Sykes. Great tone as well. The 1987 album by Whitesnake. it wasn't like old Whitesnake, but they sold a bazillion copies, and you can't follow that. But I think a lot of people, maybe me included, were thinking, you just become one of these people who says, "Oh, I prefer the early stuff." But I maybe did. Concerts we have ACDC in Newcastle City Hall. This would have been 82, would it have been? Who would have been? Y&T, I think. Neil Young at the Wembley Arena. Again, like I said, I think this was in his sort of crazy period of releasing stuff that wasn't very good. T34. I've never heard of them. Somebody sporting a Jim Morrison t-shirt. I could do a few videos about the Doors. None of it very complimentary. My wife's favourite band though, but I rank them up there with my least favourite bands. English Rogues and the Moonlight Festival. Fargo, that was a band who were in there earlier, from Holland. Viva, which is Barbara Schenker, sister of the Schenker brothers. I think she's maybe the youngest. Fargo, Viva, Uli John Roth's Electric Sun, Finally Gone, Midnight, Samson, the headliners came on. It was their first ever French gig, and they were headlining. Good. That's a great album with Nicky Moore singing on it. Oh, here we have Hawkwind. These crazy guys using a Westone Thunder bass player. Dave Brock and Hugh Lloyd Langton, I think it is. He's a good guitar player. What's Dave Brock playing? An Ibanez artist or something? Hugh Lloyd Langton, he does this really clever guitar stuff. Really, I like Hawkwind. A band who I don't have lots of albums of, but I do appreciate them for being really good. Levitation, I just love Levitation. And what was the one after that? Choose Your Masks. That was good as well. So big Hawkwind interview, and then on the back, Stars and Their Cars, number 7, Billy Squire. I don't own a car anymore, but I wonder if I can find a photograph of me in my car, my first car. If I can find it, I will put it there, and we can all laugh at it. If I can't find it, then it's not there, and you'll just have to imagine how bad it was. So there you go, folks. That was Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsies, episode 27, the return of Heavy Metal Sunday at Dunsies. I haven't done many recently because it's not really been fitting in with my work flow. So they are back. I haven't forgotten about them, but they are back. Episode 27, Kerrang, Kerrang episode 27, issue 27, October the 21st to November the 3rd of 1982. As ever, folks, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. It's a privilege and a pleasure bringing you content on Dunsies Guitar World 2. Cheers for now.